One of the best places in Italy in terms of jobs. This place is a paradise for all winter sports lovers. It's a place where you can find your new home in Italy. Very peculiar city, and it definitely is not for everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As we are moving towards 2023, I've decided to tackle a forever relevant topic for everyone who's thinking about moving to Italy. And namely, the question is where? Where to live in Italy? Where to move in Italy? Which city to choose here? And in today's video, I've decided to talk about the official statistics on where do Italians prefer to live, and also to share my opinion, my insight on this data. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So what are the qualities that make a certain city a good place to live? I'd say security and work possibilities, educational opportunities, climate, cleanliness, the friendliness of the local people. I think each person obviously has to decide what's important for them personally. The things I cited are definitely my top priorities, and based on these things, there are certain cities in Italy that are considered to be the best to live in the nearest future. Bolzano has for years been considered as one of the best Italian cities to live in. Located up north and surrounded by the beautiful Alps mountains, it's actually an ideal place, not too big, but not a small town either. So yeah, a perfect size for comfortable urban living. It has a very interesting history and a rich cultural life, being home to many museums and offering several festivals and events around the year. Personally, I found Bolzano to be absolutely irresistible with its peculiar architecture and nice cobblestone streets. And if you want to learn more about this city, I will leave you a link up here to my vlog from Bolzano. Obviously, being surrounded by the mountains, this place is a paradise for all winter sports lovers too. Not very far from Bolzano, there is Trento, a lovely city that has been rated as the top place to live in Italy across all categories and for all ages, from infants to the elderly. Both the city and the province seem to be performing incredibly well across all the rankings, and I personally think that it is located perfectly. Not only it's close to Bolzano, but also to the Lake Garda, one of my favorite places in Italy, and it is also close to Verona, Milan, Venice, and some other wonderful cities, which makes Trento a lovely place if you want to travel while also living here in a nice place. And if you want to see more of Trento, I have a vlog from there also, and will leave you a link up here. Another perk of living in Trento is the easy access that it offers to all the beautiful natural sites around. So whether you love hiking or skiing or swimming, kayaking, whatever, it's quite easy and quick to get to all the wonderful lakes, mountains, and all the natural paradises. Similarly to Bolzano, Trento has a really rich cultural offer, which puts it on top of my personal favorites. Next up on my list today is Florence. Florence, guys, if you've been here for a while, you probably know that Florence is one of my favorite cities in Italy. Obviously, living in the Tuscan capital, you'll get all the perks of living in this beautiful region, and Florence is obviously the cradle of the culture and all the events, artistic events, exhibitions, museums. It's so rich in culture. You'll definitely never get bored there. Obviously, the downside of living in Florence might be the amount of tourists visiting this city every year. However, there are still places in Florence that tourists don't know about. And if you want to find them out, check out my video up here. Anyway, guys, I feel like Florence is a really good choice for expats because of its internationality. There are many expats in Florence, and hence there are so many events for expats held there basically every week, and some of these events are held entirely in English, which I know could be a huge relief for someone just moving to Italy and not speaking the language very well and worrying about finding friends and not being surrounded by the international community. I know how stressful it could be, and yeah, definitely having all the expats around you can make the transition easier. I also feel like Florence is a really good choice for families looking for international schools for their kids, because there are plenty of those in Florence. Another huge perk of Florence is the amount of the language schools. Language schools there are absolutely amazing, and they offer interesting programs where you can not only learn the language but also have a variety of cultural events. You can learn more about the art or music or history or even photography, combining your language learning with learning other skills and socializing. And I feel like, yeah, it's a really good thing. I also have a very detailed post on my Patreon page about all the language schools in Florence, and I post other expat life advice on my Patreon bi-weekly, so make sure to check it out. I will leave you a link in the description box. Obviously, I couldn't avoid talking about Bologna, where we are filming today. I know what you may think. I may be biased because I live here, but bear with me. I'm saying that Bologna is a great place to live, not only because I live here. It might be a little bit of a controversial position because this year Bologna has made it to the top of some list, and it actually is not on top of the other list listing the best place to live in Italy. But you know, this list can be quite subjective as well. I mean, like, everything is subjective in life, so we'll just get with it. Bologna, guys, is a lovely place to live, especially in terms of the educational opportunities. Being home to the oldest university in the Western world, there are actually lots of interesting job opportunities here as well. So yeah, in these terms, Bologna is a good place to live. Sure, the real estate prices have been skyrocketing here in Bologna, but let's be honest, it's happening all around the country, if not all around the world. Among the perks that this city offers are the great transport link. It's very easy to travel from here all around Italy and abroad as well, and this is something that I love about Bologna. Also, despite having a rather stable job market, Bologna still conserves this rather relaxed lifestyle, and the work-life balance is rather good here, which I also like. There are many language schools here as well, similarly to Florence, and the community here is quite international too, and of course, pretty welcoming. So yeah, guys, Bologna is a really good place to live, and I'm not the only one saying this. I will also leave you a link up here to my Bologna playlist so you can learn more. I love this city, I live here, and from a fellow expat, trust me, it's a place where you can find your new home in Italy. Last but not least, I have to include Milan into our list. Now, Milan is a very peculiar city, and it definitely is not for everyone. However, it is one of the best places in Italy in terms of jobs, for obvious reasons. The cultural life is also incredibly rich there. It has me sold, and although I'm not moving there yet, I'm going there pretty often because there are just so many things to do there, and there are so many events happening. Something is happening all of the time there. I love it so much, but luckily Bologna is not located too far away. Have you seen my vlog from Navili? I will leave you a link to my Milan playlist up here so you can check it out. Because yeah, as I said, Milan is a very rich city in the cultural terms. It's also very well located, and having several busy airports nearby or right in the city, you can get pretty anywhere in the world from Milan. The downsides include being rather hectic and pricey. Well, the first one actually depends hugely on your personality and whether you enjoy a more fast-paced life or not. Well, the later, guys, well, let's face it, most big European cities are quite expensive nowadays. Now, what do you guys think about these cities? Have you ever been there? Or maybe you had lived there? I would love to hear your opinions in the comments. Tell me what you think about these particular Italian cities and whether you think there are other Italian cities that deserve to be on this list. And that's it for today, guys. As I mentioned before, there are several lists with these rankings, and I actually didn't want to go through the entire list because they might be actually different between them, with different city making it on top of each separate list. So yeah, it's quite subjective. Anyway, my goal here was to give you a few options and my opinions on them. So I'm not going in the right order, or like going with all the cities that are on this list and just giving you a dry ranking. I really wanted to give you something more than that, and to give you just a few options based on what I also know about the cities and based on my experience as an expat here. Obviously, the decision has to be yours, so not pushing anything on you. Ideally, I would recommend you to come here and visit the city that you are interested in, and maybe even staying there for a little bit longer before committing to the life here. But anyway, just don't stress out too much. All of Italy is amazing and I'm pretty sure that you'd love it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell button down below to get the notifications of all the upcoming videos, because we are moving towards the Christmas season and I might have a few Christmas surprises for you a bit later. So I'll be so happy to see you join our lovely community, our lovely family here. As always, don't forget to put a thumbs up, comment and share this video with your friends so I can make more videos like this. Thank you guys for being here and enjoy your day.